Right, okay, so we've got that. VP, you're my healers, that's fine. Okay, I think the frame is alright.
Sparky.
Right, Shroudy Shroud, just a side note, mate. We recently started doing ops as a guild, right? So what we usually do is we go through each boss mechanics before we start on.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. V, you want to take this mechanic or should I?
Up to you. If you want, go for it, or I can do it.
All right, fine. So basic thing is for the first 10%, Sparky has a shield. It reduces 50% of the damage taken. So we just burn through that shield. And every 30 to 45 seconds, it's going to spawn one at. So essentially, the off tank usually takes the ad, puts it next to Sparky, we DPS the ad down, go back to Sparky. So the first 3 waves of ads, they come one by one. And then from there on, the rest of the waves, 4th, 5th, and 6th, come in a group of 2 ads. Okay. So yes, when the ads show up, we burn them down. Usually on story mode, the last wave you ignore it. You just burn down Sparky. So first phase of Sparky is the shield. It breaks at 90% health. Then you keep on burning Sparky, and at some point she starts jumping to random players, and that random player is going to get a circle, a red circle around them. So usually on that phase we spread out. I think it's brutalized that it's called. So if you see Sparky's going brutalized,
It's rampage at second phase, brutalize at third phase, on the third phase. Oh no, below 60%, it's gonna be brutalized.
Right, okay, below 60% starts doing brutalize, so just spread out so it doesn't stun more than one player. And then at some point she does something else that is essentially a cast, and she has a shield again. We simply burn through that shield. If we don't do enough DPS and she finishes the cast, the player she's targeting is going to be one hit, essentially. So we just burn through that. Apart from that, just pick up the ads, bring it next to her, we DPS them down, and keep burning Sparky. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Was everyone ready? I missed it.
Yep,
Yeah.
we're good.
Sparky's on the loose. Just don't try petting that sucker.
Add. All right, spread out.
Here come the young ones.
Ads.
It's gonna be fun on weekend.
Get out.
So the move is called Rampage when he does that.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
She's on a tear. Get her. Get her.
This boss is so annoying because he's stunning me all the fucking time.
Almost overthrown Sparky. So long, Sparky.
Cool.
You're a good girl. But it had to be done.
The usual gangbanger, yeah. Easy.
So
Yep.
Fail up on a pool.
I have a cooldown on my pool. I can go 10 things. I will go get them.
No.
Oh yeah, there we go.
The room with 1,000.
Yep.
There we go. There's a
Those,
healer challenge for you there.
I don't know. That was more challenge for my CPU.
You're in time for Bulo's
64
weekly
bit my ass.
Inside his own family to kick a shit.
Oh boy. All right.
Ulo.
So, Bulo. Right. So he
The
does.
teleporting one.
Say again, V.
That's a teleporting one.
Yeah. Yeah. He jumps around. He's just really annoying. So this he does, if I recall correctly, he does 2 casts. Usually they go to the 2 tanks that have the highest threat. But since we don't have a second tank, it's probably going to be a DPS. As the marks.
Sorry, those marks are roughly where he teleports to.
Okay, cool. Thank you, V. So he brings in, apart from the 2 casts that he does, he brings in waves of drunken pirates, which roughly appear on the platform on top. Yeah, on the, I think on the tank marker somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's tank markers are the side ones and the platform where you pointed by the tree.
Cool. So the usual strat is to have the off tank pick one of these barrels here. They're gonna highlight. They're gonna get highlighted as blue, and then just run to the ads, so they get attracted to that barrel. And at some point, again, I only did this once, but at some point there is a blue circle around a random player. Usually what you do with that blue circle is you move and you try to drop the blue circle close to the spawning area for the ads. Apart from that, he teleports a lot, which is annoying for the tank to run around, and there is an ability that every player in the group gets 3 to 4 blue circles. So it's a massive AoE essentially for all the players in the group. So what you usually do is you run around to drop the blue circles, and again you try to drop them on top of the ads, so you kill the ads with the blue circles when it's AoE time. Yes, and one more thing, he's going to spawn a lift, so a forklift essentially, and that forklift is going to target a random player, and once it gets close to him, it explodes. So try to keep your distance if you see the forklift coming for you, and just stay away from the rest of the group. Am I missing anything? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
The boss
No.
does a couple of cleave attacks, and he will have aggro drop also. So he might actually target the group at some point until I get aggro back, but it shouldn't do much damage.
Okay, cool.
It's
All
a
right.
shotgun blast and a suppressive fire, I think, something like that.
The Bullo does.
Yeah, the cleave attacks.
Oh, yeah. All right. Ready to check? Let's give it a go.
No, non l'ho preso. Did I take the barrel? No, I didn't.
I think I did.
Okay.
How do you drop the barrel? Right click with it? Alright, never mind.
Where do I right click?
That's how you drop the barrel.
The lifter.
Yeah, right now he's untauntable, so he will target the group.
Okay, thank you.
I have
Oh,
it
there's
back
the AoE.
Let's take these barrels.
Arcan is getting one.
Okay. I guess I'll just drop this. How do you drop it? Then I forgot.
You right click the buff icon for it.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
All right, cool. They're dead.
Oh, okay.
They just walked into it, so hey, I'll
Yeah.
take it. AoE. Ooh, that went smoother than I thought, to be honest.
It's story mode at the end of the day.
Get my hopes down for HM.
Well, this raid has an encounter master and blaster that it was a kind of a benchmark for a lot of teams. I think it still is in hard mode.
It's quite hard still, yes.
I remember that my proc team stopped at that boss. We tried for weeks and couldn't get it.
Yeah, it's like if the DPS and healers can not run into each other, it's mostly a tank fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of my teams had problems with it because one of the tanks couldn't fucking tank master for shit, so it took us a month.
Oh yeah, it requires a bit of practice with the kiting and all.
Guiding, positioning,
Yeah.
the whole shebang.
Not easy.
I also thought it was unnecessary for them to have tank swaps on Blaster because both Jugs and PTs can solo tank that boss because they can both jump back to the boss and negate the pushback.
Yeah, with the hydraulic override for the power tech. Yeah. Wookie. Big Wookie. Oh, they're all big.
Right.
Oh,
Good
this-
old talk. So, where I place the tank markers behind us are the consoles. So those consoles are used for repairing the. Let me just put the DPS markers. The 4 terminals where we have the DPS markers. So essentially, Torg at some point he's gonna start destroying those 4 targets, and one of the range that is close to the console clicks the console, waits for the cast to get the repair droids back and fix the controls. If Torg destroys all 4 of them, I think it's a group wipe, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
4 in story, 3 in
hard mode.
veteran.
Okay, cool. And what also happens is I believe there's a tank swap mechanic here, but I'm pretty sure Marco,
Story.
you can do it,
No,
right?
it's fine in story mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
So
hard mode,
yeah.
you need to tank swap because of stacks, but
Yeah.
I don't remember if you get the stacks in story mode or not, but they don't do a lot of damage if you do.
All right, cool. So apart from the tank mechanic, two things that we need to keep an eye out. One, he spawns turrets. They usually need to be DPS down. Sorry, three things we need to keep an eye out. One is the turrets. As soon as the turrets pop up, we kill them because if they target the droids, they one-shot them. And two, the floor will have 2 to 3 spots that is going to spit fire. So watch out for that. If you see fire coming from the floor, obviously avoid. And number 3 is that the repair droids that will spawn from behind us are actually shown as enemies. So before you target and kill an enemy that spawned, make sure it doesn't have repair droid on their name.
Well, and the last thing is for healers is if you see the buff called something like magnetic clamp, you have to cleanse it because that one immobilizes team members and does damage.
Yes, I forgot about that. Thank you, V.
Is our tank a juggernaut or some?
Macro, you're an assassin, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because otherwise with Saber Reflect, you can take down all the turrets. That comes in handy.
Okay, nice.
Can you say that again? If you use
If, as a juggernaut, if you AOE taunt when the turrets spawn, you can. I mean, they basically kill themselves.
Oh, that's good to know.
That was useful when they taught me this trick.
Nice. We'll keep it for next time when we've got a joke.
Well, Sunday.
Or Sunday, or depends who signs up, right?
Yeah, but D is gonna be here on Sunday, and it's gonna be veteran. So
we throw him in. We don't tell him anything about the swap mechanic, nothing about the Saber Reflect, and let him die. Yes.
Yes.
okay, I think we're all ready.
Yep.
No. Arkan.
Yeah, he wrote this. He was ready. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Well, they died fast.
Fire. There's one console down. Somebody get the droid, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get one.
Okay. Spawn 2 of them.
Moving.
Nice. He's going down before all of that, by the way. Yeah.
He melted.
All
right.
HP on story mode.
I mean, if I remember correctly, even on veteran mode, you don't really spawn those because, well, it's easier just to burn through the boss.
If you have good enough healing, I can kill this in 2 minutes in hard mode. Just burn him. He won't be able to kill consoles fast enough. But the tanks will take a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
That edge
So
is
that- Sorry, I jumped in while somebody was saying something. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I said the edge is really scary. It's the one thing I remember from this fight from a year ago. Something was falling off.
Well, the only thing I remember from this fight is that I died early on. Nobody rested me, so I'm not 100% on the mechanics here. So V, if you walked through the mechanics, you have notes, you can take this.
Sure. Well, the problem is there's a lot of positioning involved. Well,
I can show you where you need to stand.
fair enough. That would be great. As for the attacks, so the first phase is we have to down blaster tool 55%. He pretty much has three notable attacks. Ravager Ultra Scatterer Laser, something along those lines. It's basically a red cone that knocks back. So that's attack that can knock you off the edge or into the fence and you die. Second one is rocket mortars, which places large orange AoEs. Well, I think they're yellow to begin with. No, sorry. Yes,
They
they're
will
orange.
start as small circles and then expand
Yeah.
and become.
So you just move out of those. So you'll have very little room to stand in. Third one is explosive probes. So he'll summon explosive probe, and you have to move out of the group in order not to damage others. Second phase is he'll summon master, and we'll have to down master to 50% and blaster to 23%. Master will do a spinning attack, which basically will damage everyone around them. So healer that stays for hard modes, healer will stay on one tank, and another healer will be staying on another hand. But basically, melee DPS avoid the master while he's spinning. And also overloaded Iron Cutter, which will put a debuff that increases damage taken. That's pretty much in hard mode, somebody else would have to step in front of tank and take those debuffs and move out. In story mode, I don't think it matters at all.
Yeah, the beam won't do enough damage to actually kill me. But since I'm an assassin, I can shroud and cloak. If I cloak the beam, it will just stop.
Oh yes, the assassin can do that. And also last one, he'll do like large area-wide, almost area-wide AoE. So find a safe spot where you wouldn't get damaged pretty much. Third phase, we have to down. Firstly, we'll kill Master in third phase, and he'll disappear at 9%. So we wouldn't actually kill him. And then we'll finish off Blaster. He has pretty much the same attacks, except he'll have a cone attack. And that's about it, I think, for the abilities. Rest is positioning.
And when the boss dies, if you don't want to die, run
Oh,
away.
There will
yeah.
be a huge red AoE when he explodes. You need to run outside it, otherwise you will die. So run down to this corner or the corner on the other side of the map, basically.
Where
Just one guy
the
needs
tank
to
marker
survive
is.
to get the kill.
Yeah, at least one need to survive.
Okay, so usually, do you want me to show where you can stand? Like,
Yep, yeah.
so usually in hard mode, when we kill this, obviously the tank stands here with the boss. Then we have one DPS in this corner. You can stay like on the cross here. One DPS on this cross. And usually the second tank stands here, but since we don't have one second tank, the third melee DPS can stand here. Then the two ranged DPS will be over here, basically. And the two healers can stay in between here.
Right, cool.
And usually in hard mode, I don't know what we will do in story mode, but usually in hard mode, only the ranged DPS will actually DPS Blaster when he comes down the first time. The rest will keep on master. No, I mean the range will go on master when he comes down, and their deep melees will stay on Blaster. But I think we might push Blaster into shield so fast that everyone needs to go on Master. Just keep out for the flaming circle, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, so I will always be pushed this direction.
And V, since you had the notes, can you let everyone know where we need to swap targets?
I will point him away from you so you won't get knocked.
All right. Cool. Let me just do an RC.
Hold 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we've got a lot of melee DPS now.
Yep.
Just spread out a little bit for those so they don't explode each other. That's fine. That you're standing on. Yeah, now the yellow AoEs are expanding. Now Master is coming down. Yeah, now everyone is standing in. Yeah. He will do a push soon. I'm kiting a bit, so keep AoE.
Yeah, this fight.
No one takes all those Ravagers and lives.
Go on Master again.
Shield dead.
Yeah, dispatch those thunderheads, boss.
Move out of the red.
Well, we got us a proper fight. Rejiggering for optimum dispatchment.
And run away, right?
Yes.
Someone fix me up. Don't let this be the end.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I can imagine this being quite difficult on hard mode.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the
Oh,
ass.
I
So
told
in
you,
hard mode, obviously,
we
the same tank doesn't take both bosses. Usually,
Yeah.
the steam tank will take Master on the other side of the map, and the range will kill it.
yeah. It took us weeks, and we didn't kill it. It's a tough fight.
apart from Revon and Gods, it's probably the hardest hard mod fight.
Got some nerve, you bunch of loonies. Sticking your noses where they don't belong. Gonna cut them right off is what I'm gonna do.
It's nice doing story mode because then you get like basic.
It's nice tech fragments too.
That's true as well.
The DPS is pretty satisfying here.
What's not satisfying getting stunned by anything. But it's fine.
Life as tank.
Yeah, I should let someone else pull it.
But the idea with story mode is that people have idea of what to expect once they get to harder content.
Just it's like getting to know the bosses before they introduce harder mechanics.
Yep.
So it's easier to pick up.
I warned you not
Yep.
to cross me, Cora.
You get the basic understanding.
Didn't think you'd live that long through, did you? What, you mean disobedient families? Go on their way.
I think it was a 7.1. They lowered every boss HP by 10% in the whole game.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And in terms of Nightmare, it has made the DPS check much easier. But obviously the mechanics and damage is still as much.
Lady with the bird. It's time for her.
Right. Anyone of our tankers wants to take this? Because obviously you guys did it more times than me and V, so you probably know this better than us.
So the bird is untauntable. You will DPS that first. I will stay on Koratani.
Yep.
Koratani will think she jumps around a bit. So I will just follow her around. Or the bird jumps around a bit. After both of them goes down, we will need to take this shuttle to get to the next boss. The next boss, he spawns some ads. Does a couple of attacks on me. The most important thing is that he will imprison a random person when he's quite low. If you don't stop DPSing while that person is imprisoned, that person will die.
Okay.
It will pop up in red text like X player is imprisoned.
Okay.
All right.
But do the drones still spawn in story mode?
Yes, I think so, but they don't do any damage.
Okay, fair enough.
So we just let the drones be, or do we break them down? Just practice
No, they
for
will
horror?
just go to someone and explode. But it
Oh,
does,
okay.
I don't know, maybe 50k damage or something.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go, Pearl. It's on.
Oh, by the way, there is a funny bug on this fight. If you bring a pet in here, the fight will reset.
Oh yeah.
Serious?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I don't
remember
know
that.
if they fixed it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like a year ago when I was pretty new, we were in here and it was resetting like 10 times. Couldn't figure out why. And then I see a guy with a pet and I'm like, and I Google it. And it's a problem.
Well, now it probably has more bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Wouldn't
scum
surprise
sucker!
me.
Like the Ravagers always say, well, leave the bird when you can do. Like I really cut you two for it anyway. But hey, thanks for strapping Cora long enough for me to gain the upper hand.
Forgot about that. And yeah, she doesn't rage when you kill the bird.
Oh.
I knew the vicious little scruff ball would double cross you. Have a nice life, short as it's going to be.
I guess the proper way is to get the bird down to like 10% and then just kill her.
Which to her, yeah, and just burn them down at the same time, give or take.
But like I said, but since the HP is so low nowadays, you can just do it like that.
Ruga.
And he will do red, yellow circles just to avoid. I haven't been here in a while either.
Nice try.
He's in prison somewhere, I think.
I haven't seen a message. Is anyone in prison?
No.
Nice try.
Don't think so.
No.
No.
Now.
And it's me.
And here you did.
I think that was dots ticking, probably.
Yeah, it was my dot sticking. How do you...
Yeah, I have madness, so
Yeah, I'm playing hatred as well. So.
There's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
no.
I don't think you can manually click off dots on an.
No, you can't undo the dots, unfortunately.
You got
You
me.
can
And
click off
with-
shit on yourself, but not on others.
Yeah, especially on an enemy.
Let's
Take
get
the shadow, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Love the sense of urgency.
Hey,
GG.
I got
GG.
a mount as well. got an achievement for completing Reach Your Personal Conquest story.
Oh yeah, commendations to me.